I'm not really digging this intro idea.
Okay, what's wrong with the intro?
I mean, it seems a little boring. I just feel like people kind of expect more from us now.
Okay, well, I don't think every intro has to be creative, and besides, Ramon's not here, so.
Wait, so Ramon's the funny one?
No, that's not what I'm
I
saying.
can be funny.
I know.
A man walks into a bar. Ouch.
Is that it? Okay, all right.
I wish Ramon was here. Hi, and welcome to Ignition. I'm Ellis Friedman.
And my name is Ramon Ray. Ignition is a weekly show where we take one question and answer your small business question to help you grow your business. And Ellis, if people want to get their question answered on Ignition, what should they do?
They should email blog@infusionsoft.com.
Awesome. So Ellis, what is our question of the day?
Our question of the day is from Diana. I run a plastic surgery private practice, and we do a lot of social media. We have a lot of followers, but our engagement is really low. Why? What do we do to increase our engagement?
Wow, that's like $1 billion question.
That is like all the questions.
Yes, absolutely, and that's a very difficult question. But thankfully, Ellis, you nor I, or you or I,
Neither you nor I.
neither you or I have to answer that question. We have with us today Dave Kirpin, who's an author, who's the CEO of Likeable Media, Likeable Local, like a co-founder and a founder. He wears orange socks. I mean, overall, you're just like the man.
It's great to be here.
So
It's
thank
great
you.
to be here.
Glad to have you with us today.
And congratulations on getting Ramon to admit that you're the man.
Absolutely.
Well, he's got the green socks going for him, which I like. But I'll always take orange.
And before we begin, Dave, 2 seconds, just tell us a little bit about what you do, your companies, real short, and why people should listen to Dave.
Sure. So I'm focused on helping small businesses build, engage, and grow through social media. We started with a company called Likeable Media that works with big brands on content, and then I developed some software that makes it easy for small businesses to manage their social media.
Awesome. Cool.
Great. All right, so where would you start with Diana's question about engagement?
So it's a great question. I think the first thing is I would think about who their audience is and if they have an audience that is the right audience. So I've come across folks that acquire audiences for social media that have nothing to do with their brand or business or customers. Like maybe they bought Facebook ads real cheap from like Indonesia. So obviously those people are not going to be engaged. So the first thing is make sure you have the right audience. Next, take a look at the content that you're sharing. Is the content going to generate engagement? Questions are much more likely to generate engagement than statements.
And why is that?
Well, I mean, if
It may be
somebody,
obvious, but just
yeah,
tell
sure.
us.
I mean,
why is
if
that?
somebody asks you a question, you're more likely to answer it than if somebody makes a statement to you, right?
Awesome.
If somebody just walks up to you randomly on the street and says, it's a sunny day, you're probably not going to say anything. But if they say, what time is it? You're going to look down at your watch and you're going to say it's 10 to 5.
Yes, I like this guess.
We have a natural inclination to answer people's questions. So I would take a look at the content that they're sharing and make sure that that content is truly engagement worthy. Are they actually asking something that's going to generate engagement?
So I mean, like, what would they be looking for? Because presumably they'd be sharing the content because they think it's engaging. So what would indicate to them that it's not engaging?
Right.
Well, it's probably not engaging if they're not getting engagement,
Right.
to be fair.
But to guide the answer to the question, or you post so much, you do fit photos and videos, and how do you measure? Is it working or not?
Yeah,
How
do you have an actual question? Do you have an actual call to action in the statement? Do you want people to fill in the blank, click here, like this, share this if? Think about what actual call to action you can have. Answer this question. Coffee or tea? You're going to get people that answer that question.
Yeah.
So think about what kinds of updates will actually generate engagement. And then the third thing, which is also frankly important, is are you putting paid media behind it? And Facebook in particular increasingly has become really more of a pay-to-play mechanism. And if you're not paying to sponsor your updates, then you could have a really good engagement. You could have really good content and a good audience, and you still might not get engagement. So unfortunately, the days of putting out content and having everyone see your content on Facebook are pretty much over. You do have to spend some dollars with Facebook in order to get your content seen by more people.
So Dave, you talked about paid media. So no longer can you just post something, tweet something, like something, go on LinkedIn, et cetera. Are you finding that more and more for businesses, they really have to spend some sort of money to get more?
I am. I mean, the bad news is increasingly you do have to pay to play. The good news is we have found, based on a lot of data and working with our customers, that you actually don't have to spend that much. So a small business can spend as little as $5 and get their updates seen by thousands of people. Which, if you compare it to traditional media, it's actually not a bad deal. So the good news is it's still a far favorable way to spend your dollars, your hard-earned small business dollars, versus like Yellow Pages or direct mail or sort of a more traditional method of marketing and advertising. But it is important, and if you don't spend any money at all, you're going to find yourself struggling with Facebook engagement.
So if you're spending money and it indicates that you have like a sponsored post or something like that, do you find that audiences still trust that when they see that sponsored logo?
They do. Facebook has done a remarkable job of making it sort of so-called. Facebook is really the first to fully embrace so-called native advertising, and they've done a phenomenal job of making that sponsored part just so lightweight it's in the news feed.
It's easy to do too. You just
other,
click and do it.
Yeah, exactly. But from the user experience, I'm saying it's super lightweight in terms of the sponsorship, and so yeah, you still get really good results.
Yeah. David Zaposka, I'm looking at your book here, Likeable Social Media, by Dave Kerpen and Carrie Kerpen. How to delight your customers, create an irresistible brand, and be amazing. Can you, real quick, is it possible, like in a couple words each, how to delight your customers on social media? If you can, how do you do that?
Be useful and awesome.
Okay. And then what about creating an irresistible brand, which we all want? How do you create an irresistible brand on social as quick as you can?
Be consistent and continue to delight and consistently.
Right. Be consistent. I like that. And then be amazing. Maybe that's similar, but be amazing. How can people be amazing leveraging social content?
Really listen.
Okay.
Really listen and give your customers what they want.
Awesome.
And I feel like that useful and awesome can really apply to right back to your engaging content.
It can. It really can. And if you think about so two things. One, what would my customers really want? And two, before you click that post, before you click post on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, just ask yourself the simple question. If I saw this update in my feed, would I click like? Would I comment? Would I share? If the answer is yes, go to town. If the answer is no, it's probably not worth posting that update to begin with.
Good point.
Awesome.
Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.
Thanks so
Thank you
much
very
for being
much.
here.
This was a great pleasure, and let's hear it for Ignition, and we're going to work on that theme song for you guys.
Awesome.
Sounds great.
Thank you for watching Ignition. My name is Ramon Ray. And Alice, if people want to send in a question and get an answer from Ignition, what should they do?
They should email blog@infusionsoft.com.
Thanks for watching.